Today's top stories at NBR. The new National Party leader announces his new lineup. Kiwi startup raises another $4.8 million. A New Zealander named in the annual Forbes 30 Under 30 list of young entrepreneurs to watch. And there's more coming right up. Kia ora and welcome to NBR Today, a wrap of the day's top business stories from the authority in New Zealand business news since 1970, nbr.co.nz. It's Monday, December 6th. I'm Paul Brennan. Thanks again for joining us. National leader Christopher Luxon has announced his new lineup, including giving former leader Judith Collins responsibility for research, science, innovation and technology, and ranking her 19th in the caucus. Another former leader, Todd Muller, is spokesperson for oceans and fisheries and internal affairs, but is not ranked at all. Meanwhile, last week, Luxon went to Tauranga to announce the man Muller ousted as leader, Simon Bridges, was National's finance and infrastructure spokesperson and ranked third in the party's lineup. Today, Luxon announced all other portfolio responsibilities and ranked just the first 20 MPs as an alternative to Labour's cabinet. Those MPs who did not make the shadow cabinet are not ranked. Full details at nbr.co.nz. Mark Dunphy-backed Kiwi Home Defence is supportive of Jim Farmer QC's decision to withdraw his motion from an upcoming RNZYS members meeting, according to a just-released statement from the group seeking to keep America's Cup racing based in New Zealand. Dunphy said he agreed with Farmer's view, reported earlier, that the process around the scheduled meeting had been completely undermined. Dunphy said a recent letter distributed to all squadron members stated misleadingly that Kiwi Home Defence's offer of $40 million to support an Auckland defence had not been formally made or made in writing. He pointed to his letter addressed to the Commodore and the General Committee of the squadron on October 21st. Kiwi startup Parkable has raised another $4.8 million in funding to help it pursue its global ambitions for the business, which at its essence marries car owners with parking space owners. Parkable has now raised a total of $12.9 million since inception in March 2015, including a $4.8 million Series A led by Spark in September 2019. Joining the NBR's Will Mace was Parkable CEO Toby Litton.
You might be a business that has 100 car parks and 300 staff, and you think, goodness me, how do I match the car parks to the staff? Parkable solves that problem. It helps businesses who are trying to monetize their empty space. So if they've got vacancies or if they've got too many parks for what they need, they can use Parkable to release those out to the wild and generate some revenue. And it helps fleet owners manage some of the comings and goings over their car parking assets.
Parkable CEO Toby Litton with Will Mace there. New Zealander James Shiel has been named in the annual Forbes 30 Under 30 list of young entrepreneurs to watch. The Christchurch Boys High School and University of Canterbury graduate is the co-founder and CTO of Stable Auto, a data science startup determining where electric vehicle EV chargers are needed the most. Shiel, known as Jamie, is the only New Zealander in the 2022 list and the first Kiwi to make the energy category. Just 3 other New Zealanders have ever made the North American list: musician Lord in 2014 and the founders of video platform Unfiltered. Christchurch accessibility tech firm Hapai Transfer Systems, HTS, has hit the $250,000 minimum target in a crowdfunding round towards product development and expanding into Australia. The Pledge Me campaign has raised $264,123 at the time of writing and closes in 4 days. Having previously seen investment from Powerhouse Ventures and funding from Callaghan Innovation, the company's flagship product is the Kira Transfer Aid, which allows people living with disabilities and their caregivers to move between positions easily and safely. Dual-listed Vulcan Steel, which began trading just over a month ago after an IPO of 40% of its shares, has indicated an upgrade to its expected full-year result after strong sales in October and November. The company, an Australasia-wide industrial product distributor and value-added processor, said its overall revenue was up 35% in the 9 months to November 30. Its steel segment revenue grew 42%, while metals gained 22% on the back of a sales volume lift of 11%, compared with the same time last year. The full details of those stories and more are at nbr.co.nz right now. Tomorrow at NBR, in his margin call column, Stephen Benny looks at the merits of stock picking, while economist John McDermott asks and answers the question, why is inflation rising? I'm Paul Brennan. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow from around lunchtime for the morning's NBR trending stories. Then same time, same place, right here again tomorrow from 5:30 for another NBR Today.